Hi everyone, my name's Nadene White. Glad to have you with me today. We're in for a 50-minute session of Restorative Pilates. If you've never done Pilates before, this is the perfect place to start. It's a gentle way to get into Pilates. The movements are a lot slower. And with Pilates, as always, we focus on posture, we focus on alignment and movements of the spine. So just before we get into the workout, I'm going to go over those 4 movements of the spine. So you can do this on your own even after you've done this workout. Okay, so again, first movement, flexion, round in the back, scooping that belly in, extension, chest is up. And then we go into side bending. Again, when you go into your side bends, imagine you're in between 2 walls on either side, and then rotations of your spine. I'll cue you in everything else. Big in Pilates is breathing. We inhale through our nose, feeling those chest rising, and then we exhale through your mouth with pursed lips like you're blowing on a candle flame. So when you think of blowing on that candle flame, try not to out that flame. You should think about seeing that candle flame flicker. We're going to do a slight engagement of your deep pelvic muscles when you exhale. So soft breath and then deepen through that pelvic floor muscles, okay? And I'll cue you on where your head and everything else should be. Guys ready to get started? Shoes, you don't need shoes. You can just go barefoot. If you want to have socks on, get into something comfortable as well. Perfect. I'm going to get the music going and we're going to get started. All right, so let's start lying down on our back. Feel free to have water close by as well. So we're going to start with your Pilates breath. You can take the legs all the way out, natural curve in the back. If it feels better for you to bend the knees, go ahead and do that. Looking straight up, eyes open or closed. So I just want you to think about breathing naturally, inhaling through your nose and exhaling at your own pace. Good. Now do it with me. Inhale through the nose. You can place your hand on the tummy. Feel your tummy. Draw in and exhale. Push out all the air out of your tummy. Again, inhale, chest rises. You're breathing into the ribs. And exhale. Your fingertips should cinch closer together. Inhale, chest rises. Good, and exhale, soft breath out. Let's do a couple more like that. Inhale through the nose. Fill up the lungs. Exhale, soft breath out. Long breath. One more time. Inhale. Good, and exhale. And let's place the hands down on your mat by your side. Keep the natural curve underneath your lower back. Now let's tuck the pelvis under, flatten out the back. Imagine you've got grapes underneath. Just smush them and then release, keeping a tight core the whole time. Good, shoulder blades are flat. Exhale, scoop and flatten. Good, inhale, release. Exhale, scoop and flatten, keeping those shoulder blades flat. And inhale, release. Nice and slow. Don't forget, tight core the whole time. Let's do a few more. Exhale, tuck the pelvis under. Hold it. Good. And inhale, release. Good. One more time. Exhale, scoop and flatten. Soft breath out. And inhale, release. Good job. All right, let's pick that inside knee up. Take it up to tabletop. So tabletop is this 90-degree angle. Toes are pointing. We're going into little knee circles to the outside. Good. If you need to bring your arms a little wider, go ahead and do that. You're trying to keep your hips really still here. This is a little hip opener. And let's go the other way now. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, try straightening out the legs, one or both, whatever feels best for you. Good, nice and still hips. Inhale, exhale. We're breathing. Last 2. And last one. Now hug that knee into your chest. You can straighten out the other leg. Let's rotate at that ankle joint. Good. And reverse that rotation. Big circles. Good. And place that foot down. Pick the other leg up to tabletop. Neutral pelvis again, if you can. Circle to the outside. Knee or long leg, whatever works for you. Good. 4, 3, almost there. And let's reverse that. Go the other way, pinning your hips down. Good, with purpose here. Your toes are pointed. Strong core. Again. 4. Last 2. And last one. Hug that knee into the chest. Good. Straighten out the other leg. Draw it in. Rotate at that ankle joint. Breathing. And let's go the other way. Good. And place that foot down, toe ball heel, bring the other leg in. Now your eyes are straight up at the ceiling. I want you to look down about 10 feet, nod your chin, and then look straight back up. Again, exhale, look down. Inhale, look straight up. Good. Nice job. Palms are facing inward. Let's add the arms. Take it back, arms circle around. Good. Again, inhale, up and back, arm circle. So you're only bringing the arms as far back as you can maintain that lowest rib staying down on the floor. Good. Inhale, up. Exhale, around. Inhale, up. Long arms, exhale, around. Let's go the other way. Circle and exhale down. And again, big circle and exhale down. Last time. Circle and down. Now let's pick up one leg at a time to tabletop and lower. Lifting. Now you're not just picking up that leg, you're trying to maintain a strong core. Using your core muscles to pick up the leg and lower down. Breathing. Last 2. Good, and last one. Now tuck that pelvis under again. Flatten out the back. Arms are down by your side. Pick up one leg. Lift, pick up the other leg. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Now, reach towards the floor and back up. Exhale. Now, if you find your back is coming off the mat, don't go as low with your feet. If you can, bring your legs a little lower. Without the back coming off the mat, great. You can work towards that. Good. Or you can also tap the foot as a modification. Last 2. And last one. Nice job. Hug both knees into your chest. Look to your right. Look to your left. Pushing the shoulders down. Come back to center. Little circles. And go the other way. Good. Nice job. All right, let's bring your feet down one at a time, toe ball heel, and then come onto your side. Facing the front. Let's go into a fetal position. So your bottom waist is lifted, the knees are stacked, and that top arm is long, pushing the shoulders down. Chest openers. Inhale to lift the arm up to the ceiling, eyes follow. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, stay. Exhale, pick up. Over and down. Again, inhale, up. Eyes follow. Exhale, stretch. Keep those inner thighs together. Pick up the arm using your core. Good, nice and slow. Inhale, up. Exhale, over. Stretch. Are your hips still stacked? Pick up and over, and down. And again, inhale, up. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, stay. Exhale, up and over. Let's just do a couple more. Is your core tight? Inhale. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, stay. Exhale, zip up the belly. Up and over. Last time. Inhale, up. Good. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, stay. Exhale, up and over. And back down. Nice job. Let's come onto your tummy. Nice long arms now. So your arms are by your side. Your forehead is down on the mat. You're pressing your pelvis into the floor. You're reaching your toes out. Slide your shoulder blades down your back. Arms off the mat. Now lift the chest for 4 counts. 4, 3, 2, and hold it. Reach through the fingertips and lower back down. Energy still shooting out through your toes and fingers. Exhale, lift. Sliding the shoulder blades down your back and lower. Good. Now you can stay there nice and slow or just come up for 2 counts. Lift and stretch. If you want a challenge, you can add those lower legs lifting up. Are you still breathing? Good. Exhale, lift up. Stretch the body. Head in line with your spine. Good. Exhale, lift. You're still sliding those shoulder blades together. Lift. Zip up the belly. Good. Breathe. Last 2. Push the shoulders down. 1 more. Exhale, lift and reach. And rest. Forehead rest on the back of your hands. And just relax and breathe. Inhale, exhale. And let's come back. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Push up. Sit back in your child's pose. Knees apart, feet together, rest the elbows down. You're driving your hips to your heels here. Just hold us. If this is uncomfortable for you, feel free to prop yourself up on some pillows here. Or use a fist or 2 right here. And breathe. Shoulders down. Nice job. All right. Come up to your hands and knees. Wrist, elbows, shoulders are in one line. Spread the fingertips wide. Distribute the weight through all of your fingers and push the shoulders down. Knees are under your hips. I want you to scoop the belly around the back. Look behind you and release, drawing the shoulders down and looking to the front. And again, inhale, scoop, stretch, and lower down. Slide those shoulders down away from your ears. Again, inhale, scoop. Straighten out those arms. Shoulders down. Look to the front of your mat. Again, inhale, scoop. Mobility through your spine. If you've got a really stiff back, this is really good for you. Good. Rounding up, looking behind you. Straighten out the arms. And last time, down. Nice job. Now come back to the center. If you need to come onto your fist, go ahead and do that if that bothers your wrist. Okay? Otherwise, I'm going to ask you to straighten out just the right leg. So bring your knees a little closer together, about a couple inches apart. Think about what your hips are doing. Keep them nice and level. That leg is parallel to the floor, energy shooting out through the toes, and hold. Length. Zip up the belly, tighten up the glutes. If you can, add the opposite arm for balance. Thumbs up, like you're shaking someone's hand. Maybe adding tiny pulses. Again, anytime you need to, come on back down. Good. Hold it here. Now we're going to bring that knee in and open up your hip. Good. In and around. Inhale. Exhale. Nice, strong arms here. Good. Supporting your body. Opening up your hips. Last 2. And then we will reverse this. Here we go. Other way. Around. Inhale, exhale. Good. Kind of reminds you, we call this a little bit of that fire hydrant. You know why. Good. Inhale, exhale. Last 2. And last 1. And sit back and stretch. Knees apart, feet together. This time we'll go into a shell stretch. So arms come behind. You can rest the forehead down or maybe stay right here on top. Rotate at the wrists one way. Whatever works best for you today. And reverse it. Good. All right, come on back up. Let's go to the other side in fetal position. So we're going for chest openers on this side. Come on down. Support your head. Bottom waist is lifted. Knees are stacked. Hips are stacked. Top arm long, shoulders down. Here we go. Inhale. Stretch. Exhale, zip up the belly, up and over. Good. And again, push the shoulder down. Eyes follow your fingertips and stretch. Exhale, zip up the belly. And down. Keep it going. Is your core tight? Inhale. Stretch. Keep those knees together, please. Strong inner thighs. And again, inhale, up. Stretch. Zip up the belly, up and over. Let's do a couple more. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, stretch. Hold it. Exhale, lift up and over. And down. One more. Inhale, up. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, stay. Exhale, zip up. And down. Nice job. Just rested there and breathe. All right. Let's come up onto your hands and knees. Now we're going for the other side in your quadruped. Wrist, elbow, shoulders in one line. Knees a couple inches apart. If you need to go to your fist, go ahead. Shoulders down, tight core. Now your left leg out and hold. Level out the hips. So I don't want to see the hips tilting like this. Keep them level, like you can rest a tray of wine glasses on your back. They're not spilling. Possibly add the opposite arm. Both arm and leg parallel to the floor. Reaching through the toes and fingertips, shoulders down. Little pulses. Remember, you can bring it back down, that arm, at any time. Good. Breathe. And nice job. Now we're going into our hip openers. Up and around to the side. Inhale, exhale. Always thinking about your posture. 4 more here. 4. Head in line with your spine. Breathing. Good. And let's reverse this. Go the other way. Around. Good. Shoulders down. Tummy tight. 4 more. 4. Good. Last 2. And 1. Good job. Knees apart. Feet together. Sit back and stretch. You can stay here or even here if that works for you. Otherwise, you can come down here. Just resting and breathing. Bring the arms behind you. Palms up. This is your shell stretch. Feel free to lift up, rotate. You can also come up here and then the other way. Good. Nice work. Let's come back onto the tummy one more time. Long legs behind you, forehead resting on the back of your hands. Shoulders are pushed down away from your ears. Legs are parallel to each other. Heel is straight up to the ceiling. Alternating straight leg lifts. Here we go. One leg up, lift, and lower. Other side. So as you lift that leg, you're reaching through the toes. Imagine someone's pulling you from the ball of the foot. Shoulders down, tummy tight. Exhale, lift. Let's do a few more. Up, lengthen the leg. Good. Are your shoulders still down? We're breathing. Good. Last 2 and last 1. Nice job. If you need a little break for your back, sit back and stretch. Otherwise, you can stay down. Nice stretch here for your back. Inhale, exhale. Good. Come on back down. We're going to work into your hamstrings, the back of your legs. Rest your forehead down. We'll start with this leg, the inside leg. Push the shoulders down. Legs are parallel to each other. We'll do this really nice and slow. Pick up the leg, flex the foot, pump in. 3, 2, 1 point, and lower. Other side. 3, flex the foot on the in. So it's a full range of motion. Up and down. Up and down. Tummy tight. Point and lower. Flex. 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 Point and lower. Flex. 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 Point and lower. Core strong. Shoulders down. Keep it going. 4 more. Good. Point and lower. Flex. Point and lower again. Flex. Full range of motion through that hamstring. Last one here. Point and rest. Good job. Again, sit back and stretch. Or you can have a kneel and come up, rounding that back just to release it. And back down. Good. One more time. And release. Let's come into seated position. So bring your feet parallel to each other, about hip width apart. Your arms are out. Sit up really tall. Show me your best posture. Pushing the shoulders down, reach out to the fingertips. Feet are down on the floor. If you need to bring them up like that, that's fine. We're going to scoop the belly in and roll down halfway. Roll for 4, 3, 2, and just hold this here. So you're tucking the pelvis under just like this, right? Belly button into the spine. Now lift and lower. If you need to support your back here, right here. Exhale. Last 2 and last 1. And hug. Hug your knees in. Nice stretch here. Good. Now we're going to add on to what we just did. Bring your feet back out. Arms are out. Palms facing inward. Sit up tall. This is your half roll back. Roll down for 4 counts. Here we go. 4, 3, 2. Now hold it. Come up and over. Exhale. Reaching towards the shins again. Drop the shoulders, roll down. Scoop the belly in. Keep the arms nice and long. Exhale. Soft breath. Keep it going. Drop the shoulders. Good. Exhale, zip up the belly. And again, drop the shoulders. And exhale. Again, if you need to modify, your hands are right here, supporting your back, rolling away from your thighs. Exhale, zip up, come up and over, and around. And again, last one. Choose your level. Exhale, zip up the belly. Stretch. Now sit up tall. Nice work. Hug your knees in. How'd you do? Good. Let's do a little butterfly stretch here. Soles of your feet together. You can bring the hands forward or behind you. Look over one shoulder and look over the other shoulder. Nice job. All right, time for a quick sip of water. We're about halfway through. Always good to stay hydrated. Good. And let's come back onto our back. Roll down carefully. Good. So your feet are hip width apart, parallel to each other. The arms are pressing down. Upper body again. Let the arms come up. Palms face each other. Push your shoulders down. Turn on your core. Neutral. Natural curve here. Right arm goes back. Left arm down. Hold. And center. Other way. Exhale, stretch. Keep the hips nice and level. It's not shifting at all. Exhale, long arms. Breathing. Again. Stretch the arms out long. Let's do a few more. Length through the fingertips and arms. Good. And again, exhale, stretch. Shoulders down. Couple more. And last time. Good. Bring both arms down. We're going to lift your hips now. So make sure your heels are lined up right underneath your knees, hip width apart. Neutral pelvis. We're going to pick the hips up for 2 counts. Here we go. Lift and lower just to a hover. Exhale, lift. Arms are pressing down. Fingertips reaching towards your heels. Lift. So I don't want you to tuck the tailbone under. Just pick up the hips, that's all. Exhale, lift. And lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And all the way down. Good job. Soles of your feet together one more time. Nice little butterfly stretch here. Inhale, exhale. All right, bring their feet back down. We're going into a half roll up. So bring the arms up and back, only as far back as you can maintain those ribs staying down. I don't want you to arch your back, right? So keep the lowest ribs down. Here we go. Inhale the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, just come up, just touch the outsides of your thighs and bring it back down. Did you maintain that lower back staying off the mat? Inhale up. Good. If you can't, that's fine as well. If you need to flatten out the back, that's what works for your body today. That's good. Okay. Up. Exhale, stretch. And lower down. Now, if that's okay, it's a challenge. Stay there. If you want more, come up all the way. Full roll up. Lift the body. Pull those toes back and roll down slowly. Again, if you need to do the half roll up, just come up halfway. Long arms, stretch. Good, and roll back down. Now we're gonna add the reach to the toes. Inhale up, exhale over. Stretch, anchor those hips down and roll. Good, and again, inhale up, stretch. Drop the shoulders on your way down. Can we do 2 more? Yes, we can. Up. Stretch. Drop the shoulders. Last time, half roll up if you can. This is okay. Right here and roll down. Nice work. Hug your knees in one at a time. Rock side to side. Hold in the center. Little circles. And reverse it. Little back massage. Does that feel good? All right. We're going to keep the legs up at tabletop. Again, remember, tabletop just means that 9-degree angle, squeezing your inner thighs together, knees stacked over your hips. Option number 1, keep the arms down, keep the head down. All we're doing is pressing the legs up to the ceiling. This is level 1. Zipping up that lower belly. Level 2, more on the diagonal. Choose if you want to support your head just with your fingertips, never interlocked. Stretch. And if you want, you can bring the legs nice and bent. Fingertips inside knee, bent knee, outside ankle. 4. Let's pick it up. 3. Shoulder blades off the mat. And last one. And hug it in. Good. Look to your right, release your neck. Look to your left. Good. All right, let's bring the feet down one at a time. Hip width apart, parallel feet, fingertips support your head. Lift your shoulder blades off the mat. Rotate right to left, left to right. Keep those hips anchored down. Soft breath out. Keep it going. Lift. 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 How you doing? If you want a little bit more, reach for the outside of that knee. And if you still want more, you can pick the legs up and pick up the pace. Up to you. Shoulder blade coming off the mat. And rest. Hug the knees in. And stretch. Look one way. So good. And look the other way. All right. We're going into our scissors. Legs are up. If you need to modify, keep the knees bent. Reach for one calf. Lower the other. This is the modification. 2 pulses each way. 1, 2, and switch. You don't have to go very far down with one leg. But if you want an extra challenge, shoulder blades off the mat and pull, and stretch. Good. Hip flexor stretch, hamstring stretch. Energy through the toes. Exhale. Looking just between those upper thighs. Good. And last one, fingertips support your head. Lower and lift. Modification, head down. Lower both legs and lift. More of a challenge. You can straighten the legs out and lift. Good. Exhale, lower and lift. 4 more. You can also support your lower back by placing your hands underneath. Good. Exhale, lower and lift. Here's your last one. Lower. 1 more. Good. Zip up the belly and hug the knees in. Nice job. Look to your right, stretch. Look to your left and stretch. Good. And center. Bring your feet down. We're going to finish up this little ab series with our hundreds. So feet are parallel to each other, arms by your side. I want you to imagine you've got a spring underneath one palm, a spring underneath the other. We're going to pick your shoulder blades up off the mat, eyes towards in between those thighs, and start pumping the arms vigorously, pumping on those springs, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. If you want more, pick the legs up and then stretch and bend. Anytime you need to, rest your head down. Stretch and bend. Modification, keep the feet down. Inhale, exhale. Pumping the arms vigorously. Good. If you need neck support, you can place one hand here. Breathe, and then the switch. Inhale and exhale and rest. Nice job. Hug the knees in again. Rock side to side. Good. Hold still in the middle. Look one way, stretch. And look the other way, stretch. Oh, feels so good. Come back to center. Bring the feet down one at a time. Toe ball heel. Arms out to the side. Palms are down. Good. We're going to let the knees drop to your right. Look left. Lower back stretch. Relax. Inhale, exhale. Now zip up the belly and pick the legs up. Go to the other side. Knees drop left. Look right. Deep inhalations. Deep exhalations. Nice work. Inhaling and exhaling. And come back to center. Nice job. Roll onto your side and come up to seated position. All right. We're going to stay up for a little bit. We're going into our spine stretch forward. So I want you to take your feet out, just about hip width apart. Imagine your feet are up against the wall. Arms are up. Nice tall body. Shoulders down. There's a big ball here, a half ball. Nod your chin and round over. Stretch. Scoop the belly and stack your spine up bone by bone. Good. And again, inhale, long arms, round over. Stretch. Scoop the belly in and stack. 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 Keep it going. Inhale, scoop, round over. Stretch. Zip up the belly. Pushing your shoulders down. Good. And again, inhale, scoop. Round over, stretch. Zip up. Good. Just a couple more. Inhale, round over. Stretch. Exhale, zip up. Shoulders down. Last time. Stretch. Zip up the belly. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Shoulders down. Stack your spine. And rest. Nice job. All right. We're going to take the feet a little wider. We're going into the saw. So pull those toes back still. Arms are long to your side. Palms face in. Rotate to your right. Pinky to pinky. Look back. Now come all the way up and twist to the other side. Here we go. Up. Lift. And hold. Reach. Up. Twist. Again. Reach. Come up. Twist. Again, anchoring the opposite hip, turning the palm back. Good. Let's do a couple more. Reach up. Are your knees still up to the ceiling? Reach. Toes still up. Good. And again, last couple. One more. And rest. Nice job. All right, let's come on to your side. I'm going on to my left side. Maybe another sip of water. Yes. We're into the home stretch. Literally. All right. Let's come all the way onto your side. Now I want you to bring your feet to the front corner of your mat. Lower waist is lifted off the mat. Lift the top leg to hip height and stretch it long. Tight core. Flex that foot. Now kick forward for 2 counts. Here we go. 1, 2, and point, pull back, squeeze your glute. Kick for 2. Keeping that leg parallel to the floor. Again. 1, 2. Further on that second kick if you want. Flexing the foot. Working on hamstring length, hip flexor stretch. And again. 1, 2. Good. Some folks say this is their favorite exercise in Pilates. How do you feel about it? Good. 1, 2. Let's do one more of these. Good. 1, 2. Now hold the leg behind. Lean into that palm and lift and squeeze. Lengthen the leg. Good. Almost there. Squeeze your glute. Tighten up your abs. And hold and rest. Good job. Bring the knee to the front. Releasing through that hip. Inhale, exhale. Nice job. All right. Going back to your side. Straighten out the body. Lift the top leg long. Reach to the toes. Make sure your knees are straight ahead. Support. Point lift. Flex lower. Shoulders down. Tummy tight. Inhale. Exhale. Keep it going. Few more. Lift. You'll feel this all the way to the outside of your leg. Last 2. Now rest if you need to. Otherwise, point the toes and circle forward. Good. Now, how big is that circle? Let's try for about a grapefruit size. And reverse it. Good. Shoulders down. And we're breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen and rest. Bring that knee to the front, releasing through that hip. Nice work. Inhale, exhale. All right, come on up. Let's go to the other side. Actually, let's stay here. Let's go into your side bends here. Rest that one arm down. Little mermaid stretch. Lift that arm up. Exhale, up and over, stretch. And bring it down. Other way, up and over. Anchor your hips down. One more each way. Inhale. Exhale, over, stretch. And last time. Good. And release. Excellent. Let's go to the other side. All right, so we're coming all the way down on your side. Line up your body with the back of your mat. Good. Lift the bottom waist off. Feet are to the front corner. Lift the top leg up. Flex the foot. Shoulders down. Zip up the belly. Get ready to kick forward for 2 counts. Here we go. 1, 2. Point, pull back, squeeze the glute and abs. 1. Kick, kick. Point, squeeze. Again. Kick, kick. Good. And again, kick, kick. Keep it going. Breathing. Lengthen. And again. Shoulders down, strong core. And one more, you're doing great. Now hold it behind, hand forward and pulse. 8, 7, 6, length through that entire leg. Up and hold and release. Nice job. All right, take the legs back. So you've got one long line from the top of your head to your feet. Now lift the top leg hip height, point, lift, flex, lower, point, and flex. Check in with your knees where they're pointing. Should be straight ahead and not to the ceiling. Your core is tight. Energy shooting through the toes and the heels. Zip up the belly. Good. Now hold the toes pointed. Rest if you need to and circle grapefruits, remember? Yes. Circle around that grapefruit. And reverse it. Good. 8. Core tight. We're breathing. I'm feeling that outer thigh. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Bring that knee over and stretch. Feels so good. Inhale, exhale. Nice work. Come on up. Mermaid stretch. Good. Sitting right here. Or you can sit any way you like. Cross-legged is fine. Pick one arm up and side bend. So you're feeling the stretch right through the side of that body, underneath the armpit. Maybe look up at the elbow crease and bring it down. Switch sides. Exhale, up and over. Stretch. Push the shoulders down. Length a little bit more. Good. And one more each way. Inhale. Exhale, up and over. Pushing the shoulders down. Good. And release. Last time this way. Inhale. Exhale, up and over. Nice long arms. Zip up the belly and rest. Nice work. We're going to the floor one more time on your tummy. Come on down. This is swan dive. So your hands come underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingertips wide. Legs are wide. Your heels can drape in. Press your pelvis into the floor. Forehead down. Now let's press into your palms and lift up for 4, 3, 2, shoulders down. Look to the front of your mat and lower. Good. One more nice and easy. Exhale. Slide the shoulder blades down your back. Good. Shoulders push down. Now stay there if that works best for you, or 2 counts up. Here we go. 1, 2. You can add a little rock at your own pace. Energy shooting out through the toes. Zip up the belly. Last 2 and last 1, and rest. Good. Stay here and breathe. Inhale, exhale. Good. Hands underneath your shoulders. Sit back and stretch. Knees apart, feet together. Rounding your back. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. All right, we're coming into plank push-ups now. Pilates style. Wrist, elbows, shoulders in one line. And if you don't want to do push-ups today, that's quite okay. Just hold it strong plank. Notice my shoulders, my hips, and my knees are in one line. Crossing at the ankles, we're gonna lower for 2 and up. Head stays in line with your spine. What I mean by that is that I'm not tucking my chin into my chest. It's one line from my head to my knees. Push away, and even if you come down just a little bit, that's fine. Can we do 2 more? Yes. Inhale, lower, shoulders away from the ears. Press up. 1 more. Inhale, lower, and exhale up. Nice job. Sit back and stretch. Feels good. Arms behind. Lift up, rotate. Again, you can kneel for this if that works better for you, and go the other way. Good. 1 more time down on our tummy. You ready? Come on with me. So this one is all about your glutes and hamstrings. Knees apart. Either the soles of your feet together or just your heels. Shoulders down, press the pelvis down, and we squeeze the heels, release. Squeeze, release. As we squeeze the heels, we're pushing the shoulders down. Squeeze. Exhale. Feeling those glutes tighten up, keep the core tight. Again. Release. Squeeze. The knees will come off the mat slightly, but you're not thinking about bringing the knees up. All you're thinking is about squeezing those heels together, tightening up the glutes and the abs. Last two, and last one, hold and rest. Good job. Straighten out. Just stay here for a few. And hands come underneath the shoulders. Push back and stretch. One more time. Nice. Good. All right, one more on your back. Flip on over and roll down. We're going to work a little bit on your inner thighs in a lying position. Pick up one leg at a time. Now, heels are together and toes are apart, just like we did on the floor just now. But now your knees are over your hips. This is level one. Keep your back flat. We're going to straighten the feet out to the ceiling and bend. Now imagine there's gorilla glue in between your thighs. Really cinch them. Good. Exhale, up. If you want more on the diagonal, perhaps taking the legs out, lifting your shoulder blades off the mat. Exhale, squeeze, release. Knees come together and apart. Good. Lengthen, squeeze. Let's do 4 more. 4 and in. Exhale, 3 and in. Couple more. Exhale, 2 and in. One more. Zip up the inner thighs. Lift up and hug. You did amazing. Good job. Rock gently side to side. We're just going to finish up with some stretches now, just to restore your body. You're good with that? Bring your feet down one at a time. Soles of your feet together. You can close your eyes here. Hands can be anywhere you want them to be. And breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Bring your feet back in. Now take your right leg up to the ceiling. Reach either for your calf. If that's not available for you, you can grab your hamstring and draw it in. You can also straighten out that left thigh. But think about flexing the foot, bringing it down. You can also use a towel, wrap it here, and pull down to give you a little bit more length, or a stretch band. Good. With every exhale, bring the leg a little closer, never jolting, and release. Now take that same ankle, bring it above the right knee. Square up your hips, keep them square, and push your right knee away. Hold. Inhale, exhale. Good. And release. Let's do the other side. Starting with your hamstring, pull it in. Other leg is long or not. Shoulders down. Inhale, exhale. And release. Bend. Take that ankle just above the opposite knee. Push it away. Square up the hips. Good. And release. Come onto your side, stretching into your front thigh. Any side, it doesn't matter. Lift the top leg, heel to glute. If that's not available, just bend it. That's fine. You will still get a stretch down. Or grab your tights, pull it in. There we go. And breathe. Squeeze the top glute and perhaps push your hand away wherever you're holding. And release. Now switch sides. Let's go to the other side for your quad stretch. You can just flip over. I'm going to turn around and face you. Good. Keep it here. All the way down. Top leg, heel to glute. Inhale, exhale. Squeezing your top glute. Push away your hand wherever you're holding. Good. And release. All right, come up to your hands and knees. Wrist, elbows, shoulders in one line. Knees underneath your hips. One more cat-cow. Here we go. Round up. Looking behind you. And release. Inhale, scoop. Exhale, release. Couple more. Inhale, scoop. Release. Last time, scoop. And release. Curl your toes under. Push up off your knees. Heels to the floor. And stretch. Good. Straighten out those arms. Hike your hips a little bit more. And breathe. See if you can push your heels to the floor just a little bit more. Now bring your feet as wide as your mat. And slowly walk your hands in. Press your heels down, forward fold. Staying here. Good. Bend the knees, weight into your heels, slowly roll up. Take your time. Head is the last to come up. Pushing the shoulders down as you stand. Open up your chest, going into back extension. Slide your shoulder blades down your back and release. Nice job. Turn front. Big shoulder rolls, up, round, and back. Big circles. Good. How you feel? Good. Press the heels of your hands down, straighten up, ear to shoulder, stretching out your neck. Rotate in the front. Ear to shoulder. One more each way. Good. And last time. Now let your head float up. Look straight ahead. Look over one shoulder, keeping that chin level. Look over the other. Exhale. Shoulders square. One more each way. Zip up the belly. Last time. And center. We're finishing up with 3 breaths in. Inhale up. Look up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And last time, all the way up. Big stretch. And we did it. Thank you so much for joining me with Restorative Pilates. My name is Nadene. Hope you had a great time and feel restored. Thank you.